The short and long-term ramifications of bullying. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Mandy. She's Senior Director of Programs and Services for NOVA, or Network of Victim Assistance. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Jill.
When we talk about bullying, you say it has an impact not only in the immediate, on the short term of that child's life in school, but it can have long-term ramifications as well. How so?
Absolutely. If somebody or somehow that child doesn't receive help, or somebody doesn't help empower them or intervene with them or on their behalf, things like truancy, skipping school, things like low graduation rates, not continuing to stay involved in after-school activities like sports or dance or any of those types of activities which help to build confidence and empower youth, start to fall by the wayside. That child becomes isolated, they become fearful of getting involved, and that negatively impacts, or could negatively impact, into their adulthood even.
And you encourage young people to really take a stand against bullying, and there are ways in which they can do that and ways in which parents and educators can help encourage young people to do that. But you say nearly 60% of bullying situations end when a peer intervenes. A peer meaning another child.
Another child. There is power in numbers. We have all heard that saying, and that doesn't change when we're talking about youth and we're talking about bullying behaviors. So often an individual who engages in bullying behaviors is looking for a child who is isolated, who is not able to stand up and reply back on their own, to be left alone. And the bullying continues as long as the bystanders go about their own business. But we really encourage bystanders to be upstanders and to stand up and take an active stance and say, hey, you know what, why don't you knock that off? That's not cool. Leave them alone, and invite that child who's being bullied to come sit with them at lunch, come sit with them at recess, come have an after-school play date with them, and really engage in upstander behavior, not just bystander behavior.
And those are some of the ways in which parents can encourage their young people to be upstanders, including others, creating conversations. But you also say reporting bullying is important.
Yeah. Oftentimes we over-encourage youth to handle it themselves. We over-encourage youth to take care of the bullying situation. We all buy into that rite of passage that we were bullied when we were young and we turned out okay. Yet at some points in time, the bullying becomes severe enough and a child cannot handle it on their own. And parents, teachers, counselors, friends, parents can be really helpful in helping that child stop it by taking that report seriously and helping that child find ways to stop the bullying.
And we do have a hotline available. Who should pick up the phone and call?
Anybody can pick up the phone and call. The child themselves can pick up the phone and call. Schools can pick up the phone and call. Neighbors, parents. That hotline there is for anyone who's looking for ways to help stop bullying, whether they see it happening or it's happening to them themselves.
Thanks so much for being with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We've been talking with Mandy. She is with NOVA, or the Network of Victim Assistance. I'm Jill Horner.